Need in the Arklamiss, sponsored by Neela Mack and Origin Bank.
I'm Matthew Dickerson with Neela Mack, and it's a group of manufacturers that come together to solve one critical need in our area, which is our workforce. Many of our companies across Northeast Louisiana are affected by limited workforce, and it's something that's not unique to us here, but it's also something that we are facing. So a group of manufacturers and leaders from across industry came together and decided to pool our resources and figure out how we can tackle this problem for Northeast Louisiana. If you want to know more, check out our website, neelamac.com, for ways you can get connected.
Hey y'all, my name is Dee, and I own Smallbacks Louisiana. We offer screen printing, embroidery, powder coating, all kind of customization for tumblers, and pretty much anything you can imagine. Why don't you just let me show you? Come on back. So this is the first step to our process. Anything here at Smallbacks Louisiana has to go through the design process first. All the artwork is vector-based for laser and screen printing. So I just start with artwork. It depends on the customer provides me with art or if I have to design it from scratch. And then I just have to go in and make sure that it's ready to be produced, whether it be laser or screen printed. All right, that artwork's done, so I'm gonna send it over here to this computer so that we can send it off to the laser. Now we've got all of our artwork and conditions set up and all the preferences that we need to send it over to the laser. So we're gonna hit print, and it's gonna go right over to our laser. We have to make sure the top's closed, and then we hit go. And now it'll laser out our design. So what this is a commercial UV printer, and it permanently prints and cures ink using UV light, so it's on there. So another thing we offer here at Smallbacks Louisiana is custom lasered patches, like for caps. So we've got a few Panther patches that we've done, so we'll take them from here to the back so that we can apply them to our hats. Okay, so now our laser job is done. We're gonna go over here and take it out. Okay, so after we get our item off of the laser machine, we bring it into the packing and cleaning table. I've already got one here for a customer that we're doing. So what we do here, after it's clean, we just make sure that we get a care card and a business card, of course. And we get this packaged and sent out, and that's how we do a laser job from start to end. So once we've got our screen burned and inked up well, we're going to go over here and start printing shirts. First thing you have to do is load it on the pallet. Once we get it down, then we're just going to print it. Then we take it over to the conveyor dryer so that the ink can cure, and then it'll be ready. Okay, so we're also printing some stuff on our direct-to-garment machine today. This is basically printed on the garment, a t-shirt, whatever your item is, and it prints it just like a normal printer would, but it goes directly on the item. And we can print full color. This design is in black. So another custom service that we offer here at Smallbacks Louisiana is custom color powder coating. So now that we've prepped our cup, we tape it off and we're ready to go. And we are just going to powder coat it whatever color that the customer ordered. Okay, so we're finished with our cup now. So now this whole tray will go into our oven where it cures the powder. So that's it. That's how things are made here at Smallbacks Louisiana. If you need any screen printing, customization gifts, anything done, you can come see us at Smallbacks Louisiana on Highway 165 or check us out on Facebook. Thanks.
Hello and welcome to James Machine Works. We've been in business since 1927. We manufacture storage tanks and pressure vessels for various industries, such as the pulp and paper industry, the chemical industry, the refineries, and energy sectors. We manufacture all pressure vessels and storage tanks here in Monroe, Louisiana at our facility. Come on, let me show you what we do. The first step in the fabrication of a pressure vessel or storage tank begins with the design of that tank or vessel. A drawing is produced to show all details of that tank or vessel, well details, design information, renderings of the tank or vessel, nozzles, appurtenances, etc. In the fabrication of storage tanks, there are various loads that are implied on the vessel or tank: snow loads, live loads, dead loads, and those loads have to be accounted for in the design of that tank or vessel. Our design software allows us to incorporate those loads into the vessel to establish the required structural integrity of that tank or vessel. Okay, thanks Matthew. Now we'll move on to the next step of the process. What we have here is a CNC plasma table. It cuts the various shapes of the parts that we need to manufacture the pressure vessels. Come on, let's go see. They're rolling plate now. Here we're taking flat plate and we're rolling it into the cylindrical shape that ultimately will form the pressure vessel or storage tank. A considerable amount of pressure is used between the rolls to put the curvature of the plate as required. Come on, let's go watch some welding now. Here we're welding in a nozzle on a stainless steel storage tank. We also have to weld the various components of the tank, such as anchor chairs, ladder clips, and ladders. Here we have some completed stainless steel storage tanks ready for the quality control inspection. The final process in the fabrication of a tanker vessel is the coating. Come on, let's go take a look. This is our metallic grit blast chamber. Here we bring our tanks in, we sandblast them to get the appropriate profile so that we can apply the finish coat of painting to them. Come on. Here we're applying the primer coat to a carbon steel storage tank. This is a completed stainless steel storage tank that will be soon delivered to a chemical plant in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's the last part of the process here in the paint shop. Thank you for joining us here at James Machine Works. We're a vibrant part of the community and we appreciate your time.
Hi, I'm Bill Sawyer at Sawyer Industrial Plastics here in West Monroe. We're glad you're here today. There's some things we want to show you. So rather than wasting time, let's get out in the shop where things really happen.
At the beginning of our process, we start with raw materials such as liquid resin and composite fiber materials. This is a composite material. Here we have completed the first step of the process by making a thick laminate. We're now squeezing it down and we're going to allow it to polymerize or harden overnight. And we'll come in tomorrow and continue the process. That completes the first step in this process of manufacturing our seal strip material. After this will polymerize or harden overnight, we'll go on to the next step. So come with me and let's check that out. This is our production manager, Mark Hedge. At this stage of our manufacturing process, we machine this part down to the proper thickness through this planer. When we get that finished, we'll move it over and cut it up into smaller strips and go on to our next process. After we've taken our stock material down to the proper size, it's ready for the next phase of final machining, and we'll do that over here. This is our final machining process. At this point, we take the material down to its final specifications within just a few thousandths of an inch of this equipment that we designed many, many, many years ago. After Art Davis has done the final machining on the material, we'll bring it over to this area here where we will do our final inspection, cut to length, and do our paperwork for shipping so that it goes out to the customer. In this area, we make a part called a decal. It's a highly precision part of the paper machine. We do it on these vertical mills here. We do some very, very accurate machining in plastics, which is difficult, and we're very proud of it. We've been doing it for many, many years. But this is one more part that we make that's critical. Some of these parts go all over Europe, Australia. Some of these small parts go all over the world. In this next stage of our manufacturing process, we use a machine called a molder. It's a 6-head cutter, and it produces very, very accurate parts. And we use it in order to make multiple parts that are all exactly the same, which is key to making good paper on a paper machine.
This particular piece of equipment is called a router, and it's a CNC machine, and that stands for computer numerically controlled, which means that the machine actually is controlled by the computer. The operator, the programmer, controls the machine, and you can see how it moves back and forth and up and down in extremely accurate movements. We can machine within just a few thousandths of an inch, and it allows us to make quality parts over and over again without the possibility of human error.
I'm Debbie Sawyer with Sawyer Industrial Plastics. Bill and I have been proud to be part of this community for over 45 years. We welcome you and thanks for joining our tour.
Hey guys, it's Big Will, Rebecca, and Kimberly out here at Indian Village Harvest Farm in Calhoun, Louisiana. We got a lot of good stuff out here. Instead of telling you about it, we're going to show you what all we got. We used to farm only peaches, and then over the years we got into watermelons and tomatoes, cucumbers, squash, taters, green beans. and it was more because that's what the customers wanted, and so we stretched ourselves out and added as much as we could. So we also have our jams and jellies, and those jams and jellies they're not like what you get in the store inland. They're made with a lot of love and with all of our products, and the recipes for those jams and jellies are passed down from several generations of my wife's family. They still use the same recipes in those jams and jellies that they used when my wife's grandmother was a little kid, and so it's really important to us to keep that going on. We also grow strawberries in the springtime. Most people know that already, but we have a huge strawberry field. It just ended for this year. We'll be planting them again. That's usually between mid-April and last up until the end of June every year. A few years ago, we got into beekeeping. We actually have a beekeeper that keeps bees here on the farm that helps us with pollination, and out of that we get the little gift from the bees called honey, and all of our honey is raised right here on this farm. It's unfiltered, and we have people come by all the time and tell us it is the absolute best honey they've ever had in their life. We found ourselves throwing away a lot of stuff because you just can't sell enough of it, and so we started processing it because we hate to work that hard and throw it all away. And we started processing. That's where the peach salsa and the peach jam and the pickled green beans and things like that come from. And then we had customers wanting our ice cream or wanting us to make ice cream with our products. So we started doing the peach ice cream, and it really put us on the map. We worked really hard to develop several different recipes, from blueberry ice cream, peach ice cream, watermelon ice cream, and it has just flew over so good for us. And it helped us quit throwing away things that we worked so hard to grow. By using all that, we used to throw away 400 to 500 pounds of produce a week. And when we started doing this, we might throw away 10 or 15 pounds now. So it makes it a lot better on the monetary end. Plus the customers just absolutely love it. People drive out here miles and miles away, come out here to eat the stuff we have, to hang out, visit with us, play on the playground, pet and zoo. The kids love it, and we want to open our doors to the public and invite everybody out to come see what we're all about, see what all the buzz is about.
The first step in the process of processing the fruit is to dump the grapes into a large bin that has an auger in it. That auger moves the grapes to the crusher destemmer. The crusher destemmer does what it says. It destems the grapes and crushes them. A lot of times there's not a lot of stems because our machine shakes the grapes off of the vines, and then the crusher destemmer only has to remove a small amount of the stems, but it does crush the grapes, which is just gently popping the grapes open. Then a pump transfers the grapes from the crusher destemmer into the membrane press. The membrane press is very gentle on the fruit so that we produce the best quality juice we can. Then a pump transfers the juice into a tank in another room where it's chilled, and then a day later or so, after the juice settles, we'll actually start the fermentation process. Okay, so fermentation only lasts for a couple of weeks. After fermentation is complete, the lees settle to the bottom. We rack the wine off of the rough lees. It'll settle again, even a couple of more times. Of course, we'll check the chemistry on it, and eventually it'll be filtered, and then it'll move to the bottling room where we'll do any blending that we need to do right at the end, and of course, tight filtering, and then the wine is bottled. White wines can be bottled as young as 4 to 5 months. Red wines are very typically a year, and it can be as long as 2 years. The community has really supported what we're doing here at Landry Vineyards. We came here at approximately 4,000 gallons of production, and we're producing now over 40,000 gallons of production. That's 200,000 bottles. We're in 650 stores throughout Louisiana. We are a Louisiana wine producer. That is our commitment. We love to have people come out and experience Landry Vineyards, and there's a lot of different ways you can do that. Whether that's a concert, a large concert, a band out here, everybody sitting on the side of the hill having a great time together and appreciating some Louisiana wine and even some great food from our local vendors. But then there's also smaller events. You can come out and do a tour. We take you through the whole process, an hour-and-a-half tour. Of course, you can do tastings Monday through Saturday, 11 to 5:30. People come out, sit in the tasting room or sit on the patio and enjoy a flight of wine or a tasting stave, 6 different wines for $5. And we want people to experience the wines that we produce and find the wine that they like the most. You know, that's what's most important to us, is not us telling a person what wine they should drink, but we want you to discover the wine that you appreciate at Landry Vineyards. Well, now that you know who we are and what we do, our commitment to growing grapes here in Louisiana, come on out. Come have a great experience at Landry Vineyards. I got to go crush some grapes.
Hi, I'm Matt White, Executive Vice President here at Drax. Today we're at Morehouse Parish at our facility where we make industrial pellets that heat homes and Buckingham Palace in the UK. Instead of me telling you, follow me and I'll show you what we do here. Here at our Morehouse plant, we employ over 70 people here at this facility. We're bringing in fiber from low-value timber companies or residual products from sawmills. Our purpose is to take that fiber and turn them into pellets. So on a normal day, this facility handles over 150 trucks of fiber. The plant will then take that material and put it through a drying process to reduce the moisture of the fiber. Coming out of the dryer, the fiber will go through a series of hammer mills, which essentially turns it into a dust particulate. That material is then put into pelletizers to put it into a pellet form for ease of transportation. Once the pellets have been made, they are transferred into silos. They are then loading onto rail cars, which will then transfer from Morehouse to our port in Baton Rouge. We have 2 domes just north of the I-10 bridge, which most people have seen if they visited Baton Rouge. From our port in Baton Rouge, those pellets are loaded onto a ocean-going ship, which goes from Baton Rouge to ports in the UK. From there, those pellets then make their way to our power station in northeast England, where they are used in our power station to generate electricity. Drax is a global company with a local presence. We have 17 operating facilities here in North America, with 7 of them located in the southeast. We have 2 here in the state of Louisiana, 1 in LaSalle Parish and 1 here in Morehouse Parish. Our southern operations corporate office is located in the city of Monroe. Drax's desire is to be a negative emissions power generation company by 2030. We're not just heating Buckingham Palace, we're involved right here in our communities through disaster relief, donations to Ouachita Green, and involvement in our local schools. Drax is always looking for ways to give back to their community. You've got to see some of the cool things we do here at Drax. To see some of the things we do in our community, check out our website at drax.com. Thanks for the time, but I've got to get back to work.
Oh, hey, look, they're here.
Oh, hey guys, how's it going? Well, come on in, let me show you around.
My name is David Shivers, production coordinator.
My name's Justin Marsh, I'm the vice president. So Portland Services, we were founded over 20 years ago. We were founded in field maintenance, doing shutdown type of work. So we've always had a strong sense of urgency. We've always had a high standard of quality and safety. It's kind of where the business began. We saw needs for fabrication, saw needs for high alloy fabrication, which is what we specialize in. Throughout the years, we started machining, mainly started out in the field service side. That transferred over into the shop side. When we started out in the shop, it's just consistently grown, constantly expanded. We've got a new drum shop that we just put up. We've also got 7 acres here beside us for some growth expansions and that kind of thing. So this is a 10 by 20 high-def plasma table we use to mostly cut out all of our structural steel. This is anything that's going to come out that does need to be machined or processed further. This is our flow water jet machine. This is one of the early stages of production. Flat plate material will come in and start the process here. We'll do all our plate cutting. We can finish parts. If it can fit on the table, we can cut it. This is our Toshiba bridge mill. It's got a 160-inch length cut, 100-inch width, and a 40-inch depth. this machine, we can do drilling and tapping, line boring, milling like it's doing now.
Manual lathe. We turn small parts in here, 10 to 12 inch diameter. We do pre-machining, facing, centering. We'll do prepping, and then we'll send this part over to a CNC and do the final machining over there.
Our birch rolls roll up to 3.5 inch thick, 7 foot wide. Mainly use this for our barrels, trunnion barrels, or any kind of roll plate. Over here fabricating one of our vacuum washer heads from 304L. Getting ready to be welded out and move on to the machining process. This is a valve for a vacuum washer in process being welded out.
These are rolled sections of a pulp washer drum. This is the very early stages of fabrication. Inside you'll have fly rings, which is the structural support of the drum. You'll see 2 different shell sections. We'll stack these together. This is our Pariba lathe. This is a manual lathe, so 40-foot bed. Converted it from manual to a CNC. One of the larger ones in northeast Louisiana that's been swapped over. This here's a pulp washer drum we just completed, getting its final runouts, final washing, wrapping. We'll be sending this out to a paper mill inside the United States. Thank you guys for spending the time to come out and tour our facility and see what we have to offer.
Yeah, if y'all got any more questions or want to look up any more details about us, go to visit our website at pulpmillservices.com. But for us, we got to get back to work. So we appreciate it. We'll see y'all guys later.
Hey, I'm Meryl, and you're at the home of Four Sisters Rice and Kennedy Rice Mill. You're here today because we can't wait to show you all about what we do, taking rice from the farm all the way to the package. So come on in and let me show you more.
It's our motto that we take a little grain of rice and make a big difference in the world. And that's really where it starts. Those seeds that are planted in the spring by our farmers to be harvested in the fall. Once the harvest starts, we take that rice into our dryer locations across our community, dry it, and then put it into long-term storage. From there, it goes to be processed at the mill and shipped throughout the country. The mill, many people ask me this question, actually runs all year long. We're constantly milling rice and then shipping rice out. And we do want to walk you through kind of the steps of the milling process where we take off the bran layer, the husk, and then actually take out brokens as well. Then we'll actually take it from the mill into our packaging plant, right? So the product will be packaged, it'll be ready for distribution, and then shipped throughout the United States to consumers everywhere. And many people ask me, do you whiten rice, or do you bleach it? Absolutely not. So we take the rice, it's a gentle milling process. We actually take that bran layer off and then separate the head kernels from the broken kernels. Almost 100% of all rice that's harvested actually gets sold to be made into something, right? Which I think is fantastic. They were able to use, 100% of that grain. But again, once it's milled, then it's shipped out to warehouses across the country and then shipped out to grocery stores to be consumed by people like you. So again, field to fork, really proud of that whole supply chain. We believe it's important to give back to those that have given so much to us. And really been part of our success. And so we find that it's really important to be involved in our local community, enriching the lives of the people that work for us in such a rural area, but also to hopefully continue kind of that message of passing on. We've partnered with people like the Food Bank, we partner with the Boys and Girls Club, the United Way, other organizations that we feel like really give back to our community, and we're able to hopefully enrich the lives of people around us, again, that have contributed so much to our success.
Along with all the wonderful things that we do at Kennedy Rice, one of the things I'm most proud of is our partnership with the Food Bank and all of our local farmers and USA Rice. So we're here right now, it's National Rice Month, September, and National Hunger Awareness Month, actually, to give a donation to the Food Bank in our local community. I want to encourage everyone in our local community to come out, support the food bank, think about others in need as we go into the holiday season. So thank you for participating in this segment, and eat more rice.
I'm Paul Perkins. Welcome to Berry Global. We are a manufacturer of institutional can liners, trash bags, greenhouse films and retail sheeting. You may know it as drop cloths at your local hardware store. You know, we opened in 1979 under Sunbelt Plastics. In 1999, we sold to Tyco Plastics, and in 2007, we became Berry Plastics, and then a couple years ago, we changed to Berry Global.
You know what, instead of me just talking about it, let me just show you what we do. Follow me.
Yeah, a little bit about our process. We're a blown film manufacturer, polyethylene resins. Everything comes in a rail car to us. We are producing roughly 90 million pounds a year of the 3 different product lines. You know, the polyethylene is brought in rail cars, pumped into a silo, and then from the silo we bring it to the plant into an extruder, and at that point we determine if we're going to make greenhouse film, we're going to make a trash bag, or we're going to make construction sheeting.
So when the resin is brought in from a silo, it goes to an extruder where we melt the product, heat and pressure, goes up through a die. This is what we call the blown film process. We have air inside the bubble. We can adjust the thickness of the bag. If we want to increase the gauge on it, we'll slow the line speed down just a little bit or increase the extruder speed. If we want to adjust the width, we have sensors that we can make an adjustment. So with all 3 product lines being blown film extrusion, once it processes through the tower, at that point we could, if it's going to be a bag, we would put a seal on it, serrate it, perf it, and wind it on a roll. If it's construction sheeting, the only change there is we would put a knife slit in it, open it up, and wind it on a cord roll, and then place in a box. If it's greenhouse film, we would basically run it the same way, but since this product is for 4 years, we actually put additives in it that help it to withstand the sunlight for 4 years. We bring in another 12 million pounds a year of product that is purchased from the outside to avoid all this going into the landfill. It's product we can process and run back through our equipment. So we accumulate our scrap, place it in a scrap box, a big Gaylord box, and we bring it back to the recycling where we have it reprocessed back into pellets, so we extrude it back through our lines. This is what the reprocessed material looks like before it's pumped into the silo to go back to the extruder. Currently we're working on automating our process to improve the efficiencies of our equipment. And this is our warehouse where we store everything. We can store up to about 8 million pounds of product. This is our shipping area. We have 20 docks where we stage the product and then load it and ship it. I want to thank you for allowing me the opportunity to show you a little bit about what we do here at Berry Global. For more information, visit us at berryglobal.com. We've been here for 43 years and know that we're here to stay.
Thank you for watching the show. This partnership with KTV and Nela Mac was an effort to show the link between the workforce challenges that we face and sharing the opportunities that are available here in Northeast Louisiana. We hope that you've been able to see what's being created here. Maybe it spiked your interest and you want to know more. Check out our website, nelamac.com.